And you are?
Is this an interrogation?
I believe it's called an introduction.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most surprising Disney voice acting performances.
Well, this should be good.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most notable stars you may not have realized brought the studio's characters to life. Did you recognize any of these fictional beings' voices the first time you heard them? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Christian Bale as Thomas, Pocahontas. Most people know that Christian Bale is able to morph into anyone, from a killer to a hero to a real-life politician. But were you aware that he transformed into an animated figure for Disney's Pocahontas?
I'm gonna get a pile of gold, build me a big house, and if any Indian tries to stop me, I'll blast him.
You just worry about that fortune of yours, Thomas.
Yep, he's the one expertly portraying the young and naive Thomas, one of the settlers who's John Smith's sidekick of sorts. It's wild to think that the character's voice belongs to the man who's brought Patrick Bateman, Batman, Dick Cheney, and so many others to life. Even wilder is how easy he is to miss.
I could have killed you.
Not aiming like that, you couldn't. Keep both eyes open when you shoot. You'll see twice as well.
Of course, that's what Bale does best. He becomes unrecognizable in each project he takes on, and this one is no exception.
Sooner he gets back to England, the better.
Well, let's hope the wind is with him.
Is the ship ready yet?
Any minute now.
Number 9. Tony Goldwyn as adult Tarzan, Tarzan. Every Disney fan is familiar with Tarzan. He's the human who's adopted by a gorilla named Kala and lives among animals in the jungle. And if you've watched Scandal, then you're definitely familiar with Fitz. But how many of us knew that the two are played by the same man? Talk about embodying polar opposites. Tony Goldwyn has proven he has range throughout his career though, and does the Disney hero justice. Tarzan could have come across as a caricature in the wrong hands, but the actor makes him a real multi-dimensional being.
Can you teach me?
Speak gorilla?
Yes.
He's not the only celebrity in the beloved 1999 film either. Jane is voiced by none other than Minnie Driver.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Tarzan? Oh, I see.
No. I'm Jane.
Meanwhile, Kala, well, she's the inimitable Glenn Close. That's one star-studded cast.
How'd you know it was me?
I'm your mother. I know everything. Now, where have you been?
I thought you knew everything.
Number 8. Matthew Broderick as adult Simba, the Lion King. A wise teen once said,
"Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it."
We clearly didn't stop and listen closely enough when we rewatched The Lion King because we did not catch that Ferris Bueller and Simba share an actor. Everyone associates Matthew Broderick with Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and for good reason. But it's time to give him some love for his amazing performance as Simba.
How can I go back? I'm not who I used to be.
The humanity and emotion Broderick lends to the lion are a huge part of what makes him so relatable and lovable. And the actor is in great company. Mr. Bean himself, Rowan Atkinson, is the voice of Zazu.
I know you. You're Mufasa's little stooge.
Aye, madam, I'm the king's major domo.
One Tree Hill fans might also recognize Nala's voice as belonging to Moira Kelly, aka Karen Rowe. Leave it to Disney to assemble an epic team. Number 7. Idris Elba as Chief Bogo, Zootopia. Being the chief of the Zootopia Police Department's first precinct is a big job. Who better than Luther and MCU star Idris Elba to take it on?
We need to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Francine. Happy birthday.
We wouldn't blame you if this one flew over your head, but in hindsight, the imposing voice should have tipped us off. Bogo is kind of close-minded at first, but he learns and evolves. By the end, he supports our protagonist Judy in her endeavors, realizing that she's a great cop. And this doesn't get mentioned often enough, but he also makes us laugh on occasion.
Ops. Wild. Parking duty. Dismissed. Just kidding.
He's a deceptively layered character, and Elba understands that. making him tough but not infuriating, funny but never showy, and rigid but far from irredeemable. The actor simply never misses.
Who cares?
Ha! You should have your own line of inspirational greeting cards, sir.
Shut your mouth, Wild!
Number 6. Nicole Scherzinger as Sina, Moana. Don't you wish your girlfriend was the voice of Moana's mom? Okay, so that's not how the song goes, but considering Pussycat doll Nicole Scherzinger is Sina, the chiefess of Motunui in the 2016 animated musical, it now could be.
We make our nets from the fibers, the water is sweet inside. We use the leaves to build fires, cook up the meat inside.
The character is deeply loving and understands that while there are dangers that come with wandering beyond the reef, she has to let her daughter follow her heart. That's pretty touching, and she makes her relatively minor role truly memorable.
I didn't say go beyond the reef because I want to be on the ocean.
But you still do. He's hard on you because
he doesn't get me.
Because he was you.
Fun fact, it's Scherzinger in the film's Hawaiian language dub too. Whether she's slaying choreography and singing her heart out, or thoughtfully portraying a nurturing mom, Scherzinger can always hook us with her microphone.
And you'll do wondrous things, my little minnow.
Number 5. Emma Thompson as Queen Eleanor, Brave. How did we miss this? The dame behind such characters as Nanny McPhee, Sybil Trelawney, and Eleanor Dashwood is surprisingly also Brave's regal, refined queen, our protagonist Merida's mom.
I don't know what to do.
Speak to her, dear.
I do speak to her. She just doesn't listen.
The mother-daughter relationship in the 2012 flick is the heart of the story. While the pair start off clashing, that changes after Eleanor is turned into a bear. Thompson's performance is mesmerizing, to the point where you forget that she's acting. Her poise, humanity, and dignified nature shine through every time she speaks.
Enunciate, you must be understood from anywhere in the room, or it's all for naught.
Though she has limited lines due to the whole becoming an animal thing, the icon makes the most of each moment. Plus, her Scottish accent is impeccable. It's a role fit for a queen, and she handles it like one.
Is compassionate, patient, cautious, clean, and above all, a princess strives for, well, perfection.
Number 4. Oprah Winfrey as Eudora, the Princess and the Frog. You get a voice acting role. You get a voice acting role. You get the idea. Oprah Winfrey is a bona fide legend in her field. The multi-talented star's work in the entertainment industry is far-reaching. So far-reaching, in fact, that it includes voice acting.
Raise it again, raise it again!
Sorry, Charlotte. It's time for us to be heading home.
In Disney's The Princess and the Frog, she artfully takes on a supporting but special role, that of Tiana's caring, lovely mom, Eudora. As far as Disney parents go, she's one of the best, letting our protagonist dream while still guiding her.
You're your daddy's daughter, all right. He used to go on and on about this old sugar mill, too. Baby Cakes, I'm sure this place is going to be just wonderful. But it's a shame you're working so hard.
It's like we can feel Oprah's wisdom radiating through the screen. Honestly, we shouldn't be so surprised that it's her behind the mic. They don't call her the queen of all media for nothing.
And that's all I want for you, sweetheart. To meet your Prince Charming and dance off into your happily ever after.
Number 3. Demi Moore as Esmeralda, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Courageous, warm, selfless. These are all words that can and should be used to describe Esmeralda. She's no stranger to being persecuted herself, but she never gives up or lets the oppressors win, always treating other outcasts like Quasimodo with grace and kindness.
You mistreat this poor boy the same way you mistreat my people. You speak of justice, yet you are cruel to those most in need of your help.
Silence!
Justice!
Someone so noble needs a voice actor who's capable of capturing them in all their glory. We never would have guessed it, but it's Brat Pack member Demi Moore who ended up doing just that. As the heroine's speaking voice, the ghost actress has the task of telling her story and making audiences understand her.
What do they have against people who are different anyway?
You can't right all the wrongs of this world by yourself.
Well, no one out there is going to help, that's for sure.
It goes without saying, but Moore accomplishes that, completely immersing herself in the role. Now, we can't imagine Esmeralda sounding any other way.
If I could do this, you wouldn't find me dancing in the streets for coins.
But you're a wonderful dancer.
Well, it keeps bread on the table anyway.
Number 2. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jim Hawkins, Treasure Planet. Joseph Gordon-Levitt keeps winning us over. His turn as Cameron in 10 Things I Hate About You is adorable. His portrayal of Tom in 500 Days of Summer is thoughtful. But we've accidentally been overlooking a significant part of his, Jim Hawkins in Treasure Planet, because we failed to make the connection.
We apprehended your son operating a solar vehicle in a restricted area. Moving violation 904, section 15, paragraph...
6.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Initially something of a rebel, Jim goes on a glorious adventure that helps him find his path. In Joseph Gordon-Levitt's hands, it's hard not to root for him. Even when he's brooding, we believe in him.
Don't you get it? I screwed up! I mean, for 2 seconds, I thought that maybe I could do something right, but...
Once you place the star's charming voice, it's impossible to unhear. Interestingly, the third Rock from the Sun actor was also Jiminy Cricket in the 2022 Pinocchio remake. Keep putting this man in Disney movies, please.
I met this old cyborg, and he taught me that I could chart my own course. That's what I'm gonna do.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Chloe Grace Moretz as young Penny, Bolt. We have Moretz to thank for the adorable 7-year-old Penny.
There. You're a good boy. You're my good boy.
Zach Braff as Ace Chicken Little Cluck, Chicken Little. It feels like the sky is falling whenever we remember that this actor was Chicken Little.
It was shaped like that!
It looks like a stop sign?
Yes! Only it doesn't say stop, and it's blue, and it has a cloud on it. And it hit me on the head, and it looked like a stop sign.
Tate Donovan as adult Hercules, Hercules. Yes, the man behind the OC's Jimmy Cooper is demigod Hercules.
You haven't proven yourself a true hero.
But Father, I've beaten every single monster I've come up against. I'm the most famous person in all of Greece. I'm an action figure.
Willem Dafoe as Gil, Finding Nemo. Who better than Dafoe to lead the tank gang?
My first escape landed on dental tools. I was aiming for the toilet.
The toilet?
All drains lead to the ocean, kid.
Wow. How many times have you tried to get out?
I've lost count. Fish aren't meant to be in a box, kid. It does things to you.
John Krasinski as frightening Frank McKay, Monsters University. Jim Halpert, is that you?
Wow. I didn't even know you were in there. Not bad, kid.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Joaquin Phoenix as Kenai, Brother Bear.
Just want to get my handprint on that wall.
Just be patient, Kenai. When you live by your totem, you will.
Really?
Guarantee it.
When thinking of actors associated with Disney, Joaquin Phoenix isn't the first or fifth name that pops into most people's heads. But that's just because folks don't know what he's accomplished behind the mic. The actor, famous for films like Walk the Line, Her, and of course Joker, was Kenai in Brother Bear.
Don't call me that.
Sorry, Mr. Bear?
No, I mean I'm not a bear. I hate bears.
Well, gee, eh? You're one big beaver.
As far as protagonists go, this is one who has to go through a lot of emotional growth, which isn't easy to convey through voice acting. But Phoenix is immensely talented and more than pulls it off, treating each stage of Kenai's complex journey with care. To say he does a very excellent job would be a vast understatement.
I went on the longest, hardest, most exhausting journey I've ever been on, with the biggest pain in the neck I've ever met. What do you expect from a little brother?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.